Right, good evening, and welcome to you all. I'm Abz of October Red, and I'm joined by heavyweight, soon to be, and the new Fraser Clarke. About time we had a little catch up. I've seen you've been doing your rounds lately. How you doing?
All right, I'm all good. How are you?
All right. How's the training been going? Getting ready for the announced date now, October the 12th.
Yeah, it's hard work. I can't lie, it's hard. I'm not enjoying it. It's hard.
This time round, phrase, because obviously you got the draw last time. We can talk about that all night long. But how much adjustments, or I know you can't give away game plans and stuff, but talk about adjustments to make sure that, there's no room for any doubt, there's no room for any points getting knocked off. What adjustments have you made to this camp compared to last?
I mean, I think the obvious thing for both of us are going to try and be fitter, stronger, faster. But I think we'll also both try and use our brains a little bit more. I think we went to war and it was great for the crowd, but for each one of us, if you're a fighter, you're looking to eliminate. You don't want to make it so exciting. Do you know what I mean? So I'm not sure what he's gonna do, but I've got a good idea of what I need to do, what I did wrong, or even what I watched it today. I've gone through every single round, slowed down,
Serious.
slowed down, loads of different moments, loads of opportunities missed, loads of mistakes that I made, and yeah, I've got an idea of what I need to do.
What's it like analyzing it back when it's like coming up to the date again? Because I know you do film study anyway, but
I hate it. Oh, I hate it. I hate. First of all, I hate watching myself back. I hate it.
yeah.
But second of all, you just kick yourself at things you should have done better or shots you took. But it's part of learning. Do you know what I mean? You have to really deep like your mistakes.
Last time I remember like you did the face off and it was like, yeah, the nerves, but you were kind of smiling. You were like, yeah, I've never really felt like that nervous before, but it's excitement as well. Do you think that you'll feel it again this time? Because now you're not going to sit out there in the audience in Saudi. You're part of it. A big fight as well. You know what happened last time when it came to the British title fight out there. A lot of eyes are going to be watching that, especially
No,
after last time.
I feel it because there's a lot on the line, and it takes like I've given Fabio a lot of props, and I've got no shame in doing that.
Mm.
It takes someone to bring that out of you, and you know what? He's a real guy, so he's a good fighter. So yeah, no, it gets the best out of me.
Being having that opportunity to go on that card because obviously everything was being done behind the scenes. We've just seen the promo come out for September the 21st, where
Yes,
it's the Sweet Caroline video, Tyler Denny with burning tire around him, all the rest of it. We could go into that, but that's going to be you doing your promo. How does it feel to be part of, it's a big deal out there, especially with everything that they put on. The fight week is actually a fight week. And how do you
yeah,
think that's going to have an effect on your performance? Because that's risky, doing all of that, having a whole media week. How are you going to deal with that? Oh, he's back.
listen, I've been around long enough. I'm long enough in the tooth. I'll do my obligations. I'll do what's asked of me and nothing more. After that, I'll be chilling and resting and focused on my fight. I'm there to win a fight. I'm not there to be, part of a circus. I'm there. I'm there to do a job, and people will understand that and see that. I'll do what I've got to do. Nothing more, nothing less.
So when you, like I said, but to me, I'm looking at it, I feel it for you fighters because there's the grand arrivals. I mean, like I said, I think it starts from Tuesday and it doesn't finish till after the fight. So you're going to be out a lot. You're going to be doing a hell of a lot of interviews. So how then do you switch off from all of that? Because it's like every day is mapped out for you. And then to get ready for, a fight of a lifetime, even though it's an opponent that you fought already, but it's still a real important fight. Because some
Yeah,
people could get overwhelmed with that phrase.
no, I'm all right. I love my brethren there. I love Tommy there. Shad's are cool there. But we do that and then probably I don't know. We just relax. We just kick back and run jokes. It's just all part of the facade, really. Do you know what I mean? It means nothing. When you're a fighter, you just fight. I remember for years and years I've turned up to places village halls, community centres, and just you turn up and fight. You know, I've done that in the amateur days and that. All this is just new to me. It's just a show, but this ain't for me. This is for the audience. You know, this is for me. This is just work. Seriously.
Mm-hmm. So when the offer came through, the opportunity, because I was like, listen, I was secretly hoping that it'd be in the UK because obviously I'm here, but the opportunity came up, and I think there's 4 boxer fighters on there now, because obviously you got to include Chris Eubank Jr. that's recently joined Boxer as well. That call, that opportunity, what was that like for you?
Listen, I was saying yes to this fight, whether it was whether it's Saudi Arabia, Birmingham, Manchester, where's he from? What's it called again? Ipswich, you know, wherever. Like, you know,
where you went and caused havoc on the pitch.
I'm not business, because you know, once you get in the ring, it's just me and them, so it doesn't really matter. If I'm honest, it didn't matter.
Yeah. I've got one of our subscribers. Good evening to DTD. Can't wait for this fight. I had you, Frazer, winning clearly in the first fight, to the point that was hearing you'll be okay with the draw result was just so annoying for me to hear.
I wasn't okay with it. I was pissed off, as you can see. You look at that picture after the fight, I was pissed off. Like, you know, I thought I'd done enough, but when these things happen, you know, I don't want to sit there and cry about it. I just know next time you have to do better. That's just my mantra in life. You know, you can either. I had my opportunity. I should have knocked him out. When I watched him back today, I should have knocked him out so bad. He should have been laying on the floor, and I just kept smothering my work a little bit. Pissed me off bad watching it back.
You know when you said you crossed your legs?
Yeah.
Because I thought it was a flurry of shots that caught you. You said that you crossed your... to be fair, I weren't watching your legs, so I'd have to watch it back again. But I thought it was a flurry of shots. You know?
I was under pressure and I was going backwards, but there's a way to do that. You know, if you're a boxing man, there's a way to do that, and crossing your legs, switching your stance halfway through, being under pressure, just stupidity from myself, really. But in the heat of the moment, you know, he was putting good pressure on, and it was an hit with a shot, and I went over. It's not that simple as that.
Yeah. Talk to us about the card then, because obviously you've got fellow GB Olympian as well. Ben Whittaker's on there going up against Liam Cameron. Talk to us about that fight. You know Ben very well, better than most. Liam Cameron, someone that will come to fight. I like the fight, to be honest, but what do you think?
Yeah, you know, obviously, I think once Ben gets on this stage of Saudi Arabia, he'll be staying there, mate, because he'll take his opportunity. He'll shine. But saying that, Liam Cameron, you know, he's got good people around him. I think he's been through his battles. I don't know him, but I remember watching him years ago, you know, boxing amateurs. He was really good. And then he's had a few demons and stuff. But you've seen against Lyndon Alpha, mate. He's not a pushover. He'll come for have a go, but I do believe in levels, and Ben Whittaker is a very good fighter, obviously. So yeah, I do believe that. I believe Ben will win that fight, and I believe he'll do it well as well.
Somebody that's been calling that, mentioned Ben Whittaker a couple of times, is obviously a fighter that's fights out of your stable, as it were. Ezra Taylor, keen to obviously make his name. How do you think that fight goes? Because personally, I think Ben is a better fighter and would win that. I do believe that. And I've got a lot of time for Ezra, but I just think Ben's a better fighter. But how do you see that going?
Listen, I look like Ben's my brother, you know what I mean? I've been around the world with him. Ezra's my teammate. I think it's a good fight with two confident fighters. You know, how it goes, you know, there's some things that are better off unsaid, you know what I mean? You know, I never want to speak bad about my brethren, Ben, but I don't want to talk my teammate down either. So, you know, if that happens, I just hope it's a good competition and the best man wins, simple as that. But I don't need to go into who's going to win and who's not going to win.
Yeah, there seem to I don't think it's for now, because other names have been mentioned for Ben Whittaker, and hopefully I can catch up with him and speak to him about those names and speak to Ben about the names that have been thrown out there. But there's also potential that's been mentioned for you to fight Johnny Fisher. I think Ben Shalom was on TalkSport, and he potentially mentioned that fight, because that went over my head because I'd never even thought about it. But
No, you know what? I think Johnny Fish is a person that don't get enough credit, for what he's doing. I mean, I know we have he's a wizard on social media, very likable person.
Yes.
In terms of fighting, I look past it all. He's doing the right things. He's training hard. He listens to his coach. Me and Johnny, I go as far as say me and Johnny are friends. I've got a lot of respect for him and his dad. But if that was a fight that came about, then I think we'd do big numbers. I think it'd be a great fight. I think stylistically, it'd be a great fight.
When you talk about stylistically, because obviously we've seen what he did with Alan Babbage. I've always argued that, when Alan meets a boxer, he'll struggle because he's more like a scrapper. So when you look at your two styles, what is it when you say that they'd probably gel well?
Well, I think people will probably underrate Johnny's boxing because I've done a bit of sparring with him and he listens to Mark Tibbs, who's a boxing man through and through. So can't underestimate his boxing because one thing I noticed when we sparred was he could listen and he could react to what he's being told. So I never underestimated that. But he's a bruiser, He's rough and tumble, He don't mess about. He gets in there and tries to get you out of there. So, but that's the kind of fight I love. I thrive in that situation. A fight's a fight, and I love people that bring it and come to fight. So. Again, I'd be confident in myself, but I know it'd be a difficult task because Johnny's a bull, the Romford bull. So, like I say, down the line, big fight.
Yeah, down the line.
No, but down the line, I mean, not when I say down the line, people get that mixed up. Soon enough, that'll be a big fight. I mean,
Chris Eubank Jr. is making his return to boxing after he obviously defeated Liam Smith. What do you think about that? And we can argue about his opponents. The only thing that I'd say is he's had a bit of a stop-start career.
Yeah, and when you have the influence that he has on possibly the pay-per-view, then you get the option to fight that time bonus. You know what I mean? So that sort of is what it is. I don't know Chris. I don't not know him, but I see him about. I say I know. Do you know what I mean? He's a wizard at what he does. People like to love it or hate it. People like to see it. So people hate what they don't understand, and I feel like he probably is a bit misunderstood. When I see all these fighters, I just see young men that are trying to make a name for themselves and trying to put some dough in the back pocket. You know what I mean? So I have to rate it.
Jack Massey going up against Jaya Pataya as well. Absolutely. Fabulous for Jack Massey to say, you know what, I'll do it because everyone else seems to be, I'll fight him down the line, etc., etc.
I like it. I like it. I like Jack Massey as a fighter. Again, I don't know him that well, but see him about shows, respectful guy, seems to do his work, trains hard. He's come back. He had a career beforehand, but then he sort of went off stopped a little bit. He's back. He's been in big fights. He's doing well. I watched him against Isaac Chamberlain, did well again. So, I don't wish him all the best. Obviously, he's got a huge task in front of him. That Jay Abatai is a good fighter, but on his day, who knows? It's the boxing and the big lads as well. So, it's anyone's. But Jack Massey's got nice. He's got, he knows how to look after himself and operate. So, I think it'd be a good fight.
When it comes to, obviously, I'm not going to talk about Bradys because Bradys was like the former world champion and we know the skills of Marius Bradys and I wish him a happy retirement. I wish he wouldn't retire because he's a good fighter and he was good for the cruiserweight division when he was proper on it. But would you say that Jack Massey, when it comes to caliber of boxers so far, that he's probably the best that Jai's going in with?
No, other than Bradys?
Other than Bradys.
I'm not sure on all of Opatai's opponents, but I'd say he's better than Ellis Zorro. I'd say he's better than Jordan Thompson. Yeah, I think he's better than I mean, Jordan Thompson's a good fighter, but obviously I think Jack Massey is probably a little bit more advanced in his experience and stuff. So probably other than Bradys is a good fighter, really good fighter. So you can't say nothing about him, but other than that, possibly I don't know all his opponents, but Jack's rough and ready. Do you know what I mean? He's about his stuff, so best of luck to him.
And obviously we've got I think it's the first female fight, and it's a world title fight. We've got Sky Nicholson, Raven Chapman on the card as well. Obviously, yeah, talk to us about that because I think it's brilliant. It's out in Saudi as well, so it's sort of like making a mark, saying, "Hold on a minute, we are doing this." The ears are there to the floor, and what an opportunity for the girls.
Yeah, fair play to them both. You know, I know Raven slightly from back in the GB days. She was on there for a while. Sky, I've seen her at a few international tournaments as well, and she's doing well as a pro. She's become a bit of a personality, hasn't she? Actually, you know, like Sky, like she's like I just seem to see her everywhere. You know, all the boxing shows and that. But she's a lovely girl. To be fair, you know, she always says hello. I like her. I like her style. I like her style. Good fight. I've not seen too much of Raven as a pro. Well, I'm sure it's a one-match fight, and may the best girl win.
We've got to talk about the headline, Frazer. Beterbiev versus Bivol, a fight that I'm super excited about. Not that I'm not excited about yours, but I've got to say that the two Soviets getting it on their style, I am really looking forward to seeing that fight. Who do you think wins? It's a genuine 50-50, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a difficult one. I think I'm going to go with Beterbiev.
Yay.
Because I'm a fan of Beterbiev and because I just think to stop him, you've got to be. I just think he's really good. So, but so is Bivol. I'm looking forward to that one. Obviously, that's a massive fight. You know, they're two genuine greats. Like they're both great fighters. So you know, for them two to get it on, it's a prop. It's the best matchup in boxing in a long time.
Yeah, absolutely. But we're going to rewind because we've covered your card. We've got to cover the 21st, the one that's coming up. I know that you said you're going to be there fight night. You're going to pass through because obviously you're deep in camp.
You forgot a big fight, you know, on that card. My boy, obviously Joe Cordino, is fighting Shakur.
Oh my gosh, of course, yes, Shakur Stevenson. I do beg your pardon. Talk to us about that because.
Yeah, I mean, obviously.
Apologies, Joe.
No, Joe's my family. Joe's my brother. And obviously he's coming on for loss. I had a little chat with him a few weeks ago. I think the weight was a bit of an issue, and he's changed training. Yeah, he's changed trainers and stuff. And I was there on that night. He wasn't himself, Joe. He wasn't himself.
Wasn't he?
No, he wasn't himself. He's a better fighter than that. Huge task, you know. Shakur Stevenson is someone that I've admired for years. You know, I've been on training camps, and I've seen him in the gym. I've seen him in the flesh. Destroy my teammates. Are unbelievable fighters.
Oh, wow.
I've seen him play with people. So hard night for Joe, but he's my boy. You know, I'm behind him all the way. So Joe, if people forget Joe's pedigree, Joe's a really, really top fighter. You know, I'm telling you now, he's got skills like top skills. But Shakur is phenomenal. So another good fight, but I look forward to it.
Do you think it's a bit risky that he's just recently changed trainers and he's going in up against this? And you've got a style, you're a boxer, he's got the pedigree, I understand, world champion, he's got everything, but he's going to have a different voice in his ear. Do you think that's a bit dangerous for this fight so close to change?
Not a bad voice to have though, is it? Do you know what I mean? Ben Davis is not a bad voice to have in your ear, so you could say that, but we'll see in it. We'll see how much of a risk it was after the fight. No risk, no reward. You know, we've got to go for it. You're only here once. You know what I mean? No one's getting no younger. Every second that goes by, you get a little bit closer to the upper room. So why not take the fight?
Yeah, I just always get nervous when fighters change trainers so close.
I completely hear you, but you know, Joe's been a world champion. He's probably thinking, what I've got to lose, you know. Let me go and fight this guy. Everyone's got his, like, you know, the pound for pound. Let me go. Joe wants to test himself. He wants to have the best, so fair play to him.
Yeah. Let's have a look. I'll name this account later. Shout out to you. How long will it take for you to acclimatize and the time difference as well in Saudi? So we've got acclimatize to the weather, and obviously there's a slight time difference. I think it's a couple of hours, isn't it?
Yes, I think it's like 2. Is it an hour or is it 2? It's not like massive. I know that. I've been there a couple of times. We'll go there probably, I think, about between 12 and 14 days. In fairness, obviously there's the climatizing being in the sun, but we're not fighting in the sun. We're fighting at night in a very, very well air conditioned arena. Okay. So, you know, I don't think that's going to be like a huge difference. But I do want to be out there a little bit early just to get settled and just to get focused as well. You know, not that I'm not focused, but you know, I'd like to know my surroundings and that.
The 21st, then you got Anthony Joshua going in against Daniel Dubois. I know you said that you've recently been doing a little bit of work with Daniel Dubois in preparation for yourself. How's that gone?
I did a few rounds with Daniel. You know, I've got a lot of respect for his trainer Don Charles. You know, and we had a few messages and I went up there, did a little bit of work. It was good work, really good work, high quality stuff. I enjoyed it. I think, you know, he got a good work out of it. So there's not a lot more to be said like that. You know, I'm not one to go around talking about this and
sparring
that.
stories.
It was just good work.
So when you take a step back, say if you were on comms for it, what are the pros and cons, would you say, for each fighter, and a winning argument for each of them that either of them could win? Yes, I understand it's heavyweight, but when you look at the styles,
you've got the experience of Joshua, clearly experience in fights, and he's in really good form. Confidence is up. Huge puncher, very fast hands. Been there, you know, had his ups, had his downs, but been there and fought some top fighters, beat some top fighters. Then you've got the young, hungry lion that seems to come out of his shell and just don't give a fuck anymore. You know, he's gone reckless. You know, he's gone rogue, Dan. So he believes in himself. He can hit like he can really hit, like seriously hit. He got a good jab, got good fundamentals, good jab, good right hand. You know, I think both of them are going to have to use their feet in this fight because they can't afford to stand in front of each other and trade shots because it becomes anyone's end because they can both whack. Do you know what I mean? They can both wallop. So I think this comes down to the brain. Who's going to be the smartest, you know? We'll see. Interesting fight, good fight.
Tyler Denny going in against Hamza Shiraz, Queensbury's, you know, favourite Riyadh season ambassador. Good fight?
So, first and foremost, I'm Tyler Denny's biggest fan. I'm his biggest fan. I just love the way he is. He's just a normal geezer, lad. He's just a lad from the gym, just a normal lad that works his socks off and is getting his due diligence. So, you know, him being on this card, I'm just like, you know, unbelievable stuff.
For real.
One of the best. Saying that, he's got a tough fight. You know, Hamza Shiraz looked really good. He's got his growing confidence. He's massive. You know, he's got good power, good fundamentals. He works really hard. Another person I've got a lot of time. I don't know him really well, but from what I've seen of him, I just really like him the way he is. His mannerisms. He seems a respectful guy. So a great fight between two great lads. And Tyler then he's a winner anyway. So win, lose or draw the fight, he's a winner in my eyes because look, he's come from the small hall. He's boxing on the biggest card in the world at the minute. You know, everyone in that gym, BCB, and I wish him all the best because they're the core of boxing. So good luck to him. But again, another tough night against Hamza Shiraz, who's in great form and a good fighter.
Another guy that you know, one of my favourites as well, English light heavyweight Joshua Buatsi going in against the new and improved Willie Hutchinson. You know, that won on points against Craig Richards, went in as the underdog and came out on top.
Yeah.
The Buatsi fight?
Again, a really, really good fight. Clash of personalities, clash of styles. Listen, let's make no mistake about it. I'm always team Buatsi. That's my brother, you know. Again, shared some great times with him, some ups and downs, and love to see him grow. Just one of the best people I ever met in the sport, and a good friend. So I'm team Buatsi, but again, I can just wait. If I've got my neutral head on, you've got a young man who's riding the crest of the wave. He seems to be enjoying his boxing. He's skilled. He's talented. Maybe a little bit naive. That could come and bite him in the arse. Okay. We got, you know, who's level-headed and he's got great skills, good pedigree, really good power, the toughness, and really good IQ. Joshua's got as well. Do you know what I mean? I think he stood his boxing. You know, he knows what he's doing. So an intriguing fight, but I'm picking Buatsi, and I'm supporting Buatsi.
Would you say that Willie's got under his skin?
You know what the thing is with Josh, yeah? Josh has got this persona as like
nonchalant.
nice guy, and he is. But don't think you can take him for a joke, because you can't. No. He's about it, like he come up in doing proper things. You know what I mean? Like he's not gonna be taken for a twat by no one. So I love what I see the way he is. You know what I mean? The nicest man in the room is definitely not the weakest. So don't even ever try that with him.
Yeah, because the fact that he was sort of calm and collected, and then we saw them have a little bit of a scuffle, which I was saying, I'm glad I saw that, because sometimes it's like you said, we see this calm guy that, is very, religious, and he comes across as more of a peacemaker, but we saw a different side to him, which I think is what probably he needs as well. Sometimes fighters need that to step up to the plate.
Yeah, but you can't take man for idiot. That doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if you're the nicest guy, religious guy. You can't take him for a fool. Do you know what I mean? He's not about to have that. So always big up Watson.
Kakachi then versus Warrington.
Good fight.
What do you think of that?
I'm looking forward to that. I'm a massive Josh Warrington fan personally.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, I like. He's always just exciting. Obviously, he brings something. He just brings it. He comes to fight. Do you know what I mean? Like I just like his style. He's exciting. Kakachi impressed me against Cordina, and obviously he's be up. So another good fight. I'll put Warrington slight favourite. He's been in some big fights over the years. I'm sure he'll sold a shed load of tickets for Wembley as well. So there'll be loads of Northerners from Leeds up there. Drinking the place dry. So it'll be good. It'll be fun.
Liam Smith versus, we've got Josh Kelly as well. So we've got the Wasserman fighter, Josh Kelly, Liam Smith. I never in a million years thought of that fight. That was a surprise for me.
No, it's a good one. I think Liam Smith, obviously, you're full of experience. On his night can be spectacular. We've seen the Eubank one, who's fantastic against Josh Kelly, who's quietly going under the radar, but he's on the comeback. Obviously, he was chucked in too quick, too soon with Abinisian all that time ago. But he seems to have learned from it. He seems in a good place with Adam Booth. And now I think of it, when I think of a trait like that, that feels like the slipper that fits, like Josh and Adam Booth. I can see how that works. Really.
Yeah, 100%.
I can see how that works really, really, really well. Obviously, last time when I seen Liam was with Eubank, and from the start, I don't know. I said he looked uneasy on his legs. Liam's legs. I'm not sure if he had an injury or what. He didn't look right on his feet.
Yeah, I said that from about round 2, I think it was.
Listen, I've got a lot of respect for Liam Smith. He's always shown me the time of day. His brothers and his whole family actually have always been really polite to me. I was a teammate with Callum, and they're just really good. They're just really good people. Do you know what I mean? So, but I like Liam. But if I'm just using the way that I think they're trying to shape it is they're trying to get Kelly to I feel like Kelly's trying to be pushed to be pole position for this one, and he's riding the crest of the wave. But again, Liam's tough. Liam's a dog. Liam's rough. And if you think that Kelly's going to be able to get in there and look at himself in the mirror whilst he's fighting, he ain't going to be able to because that's not how Liam's put together. Do you know what I mean? He's a proper geezer. Listen, if you think you're going to get in there and just joke about it, no way. Because when it gets tough down the stretch, I hope Kelly's been doing the right things,
Yeah, you're right, because Liam's one that does wake up later on as well, and he can really bring the heat.
He's experienced, isn't he? Do you know what I mean? He's a dog, he'll let you anywhere, and I love that about him. What you see with Liam Smith is what you get, and that's a scouser. That's a scouser.
Yeah, for real. Yeah. Frazer, so what are you going to do? Like I said, I know you can't overlook what's coming next, and I'm not asking you to, but when you look at your career, because you've come into boxing at a really pivotal time when we've literally had this mini explosion, one for a better word, where all the promoters are working together. Things are changing. They're not what they were. You could be, working alongside, obviously, Matchroom, Wasserman, Queensbury, Top Rank. Everything is sort of mixing together. And I mentioned it the other day. I don't know if I spoke to you about it, but you're in a good position because you're going for the British title. Should you win that title, and I'm always going to say I'm Team Frazer because I want you to win. but then it becomes almost an audition for who's going to fight you next. It's not. I think the rankings now have sort of like gone out the window. It's like who
Forget about it.
passes the eye. Yeah, it's like
Forget
who's
about it.
worthy to fight for that title. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's like the rankings are just neither here nor there.
Forget about it. And like Saudi Arabia's involved, Riyadh Seas involved, Turkey Al Sheikh's involved. Them British rankings now, they're dust. If you perform well and you're doing well and your promoter's backing you and puts your name forward, then you could be in business. So that means nothing. But again, I've not even thought about it. I've not even thought about it. Like one fighter at a time. These guys are tough people, so I'm not even looking about anyone who's next.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But first and foremost, I'm gonna go and smash it and win that title.
Yeah, I like it, but I'm going to bring it up anyway. I know Moses has spoken about you. Obviously not you, because he said he's openly said that he likes you. He said you're a nice guy. He's disappeared again. Probably his phone's gone off. I love it when I'm talking to myself. Yeah, excuse me for the interruption. We have some technical difficulties here, and it's probably Frazer's phone that is ringing. Oh, he's here. He's gone again. While he's sorting out his phone, welcome to all of you. I'm Abz of October Red. I'm joined by Frazer Clarke, who goes up against Fabio Wardley once again on October the 12th in Saudi, part of the Riyadh season. Welcome to all of you in the chat. I will try and get him back in. Let's have a look. What's he saying? He's paused it. Let's have a look. He's still muted. It's probably because you had a call coming in. You've got to take the call. Yeah. Okay. No worries. Yeah. Do your thing. Yeah. Got ya. Right. Frazer's going to have to nip off because he's got a call coming in. If you've got any questions, pop them in here. If obviously it takes a little bit of time, I'll have to reopen back the live. We was going over, obviously, his fights. We've covered the 21st. We've gone through those fights. And I was just about to talk to him about guys that are going to want to fight him should he be successful in obtaining that belt. But what I think I'm going to do is just message me. And he said that he's going to be about 10 minutes on the call. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause this live. I'm going to mute it, give you some looped background music, and then we're going to come back. So it's going to be about 10-15 minutes. Hold that trailer for, and I'll be back in about, let me see. Yeah, I'm going to say 10-15 minutes. So let me see if I can find some background music, some looped background music. I'll see you in about 10. Right, I think Frazer's probably going to take, I think it's been over 10 minutes and he's still nattering on his phone. Listen, what we'll have to do for today is we'll have to pause it and we'll pick up tomorrow. Tomorrow night, look at my background. Didn't even get to blur it. Tomorrow night, I'll be doing a watch along for the Queensbury show. So I'll see if I can pull him in for a little bit of that, but I can't just close off the show like that. So I'm going to close it off properly. There was a couple of questions I wanted to ask him because if he does come through, if he does win the fight with Fabio, the target's there for him, and there's going to be a few British fighters that are also going to want that fight. So I was going down the lines of talking to him about the audition to get there for the British title, because it seems as if the rankings have now gone out the window. It's if you're worthy to have the fight. He could be talking to Gad DTD. Who knows? He's a busy man, is our Frazer. But yeah, to save you guys waiting for 768 million hours, I'm going to close off tonight's show, but I'll be back tomorrow for a watch along. And if I can pull Frazer in for a bit of that, I will. But we will catch up tomorrow. I'm not going to play that music now. I'm just going to play my usual music. Or Nelson. Nelson stood me up yesterday. I'm annoyed with Nelson, but Nelson knows I'm annoyed with him. But yeah, on that note, we will catch up tomorrow night. Watch along for the Queensbury show at your call. So yeah, I'll catch you lot in a bit.
People say I'm toxic, and honestly, I don't care. People say I'm toxic, and honestly, I don't care.